Hey, this is Dave Allred once again, and I have an awesome product that I'd like to review here. When I first saw this, saw the opportunity to review this, I was excited. Um, First and foremost is it's got a pretty cool thing. It's got a knife in it, so what kind of a guy doesn't want a cool knife and an awesome flashlight? Anyways, this is from Kootek. It's a zoomable tactical flashlight, is what they call it. Comes in this nice plastic case. It's got a a little string to it if you want to connect it to something, and it's fairly durable. It's not the best case, but if you're wanting to keep it safe, it'll definitely do that. Not waterproof or anything like that, but something that you can store your flashlight in without having to worry about if you want to throw it into a toad or something, without having to worry about scratching the lens or the or anything like that, or damaging it. Anyway, so let's take a look at this sucker, okay? First, this is the way you open it. It's got some nice egg foam padding inside the case, and it's disassembled already for you. Comes with a charger, which, if you look at the flashlight section of it, which I have put together already, the charger hole is right there, the input. And when I first got this out, it had a little rubber band that went around here, a green rubber band with a kind of a plug that goes in here just to waterproof it a little bit better. I didn't really like the green rubber bands. You can kind of see them here. Didn't really like them. Number one, I don't think I'll ever get this near water, at least to the point where I'll worry about ruining it because of, getting it too condensed or too wet. But anyway, so there's little grooves along here. As you can kind of see these little grooves. These rubber bands were just placed in those little grooves. And I imagine what you'll do with them. I never really got instructions from the maker of this flashlight, but imagine what you do with them is each section of this flashlight unscrews. There's several different sections, and you can place the rubber bands, on the bottom side of the thread as you screw it back together, which will ultimately better waterproof it. But anyway, I'd just rather deal without it and just deal with a dry flashlight and not get it wet. If I get it wet, then I can always buy a new one, right? Anyway, some of the cool features is this thing is extremely powerful. It's a very powerful flashlight. I've used it several times, and you can always get an idea of how powerful it is if you can see the little LED design as you shine it on the wall. So let me just show it to you here. Excuse the mess if this is my living room. But you can't really see it that well on the camera, believe it or not. But you can kind of zoom it in, and let me just show you it on the couch maybe. Anyways, yeah, the camera's not showing it very well. But if you look at the LED on the inside of the flashlight, in there, it's kind of like a little Transformers type looking shape. It's a square with a little notch on the top with some other little detail to it. And oh, there you go. You can see it now. You can see it a little bit better on the couch. Anyways, so, I mean, you can see the LED, and it's extremely bright, especially at nighttime. You can adjust it, as far as the intensity of it, just by turning this little green knob here on the flashlight. But click button turns off really, really easy. Anyway, so moving on. So a couple of cool features besides the flashlight on this is on the back of this you have a little pinpoint here, which can be used to break tempered glass or something of that nature. If you're stuck in a car or want to get into a car or something else like that, or just a blunt force object, a little pinpoint or a tip there would be a great use for doing something like that. So I'm going to pause this. I'm going to unscrew it and show you some of the more components to this. All right, I'm back. So I still have the flashlight together with the little tip on the end of it. What happens is, and I'll show you here in a minute what happens when you take this off. Basically, that's just the battery compartment in there. But this is removable. The end of this is removable, so you can put it on the end of where the knife goes. Now, what I did is you saw this other part inside the case. I just unscrewed the end of it and flipped the knife so that it's showing. So it's on the outside of the tube. Before it was just on the inside of this tube. Anyway, so very cool. I mean, you could have two separate pieces here. You could have your knife. So say you're at night, traveling at nighttime, you're a little worried, you can unscrew your flashlight, get your knife ready, and still have the flashlight at the same time without having to use them as one piece, right? So they're two separate things. It is hollow inside the handle here, so you could it's real light, and it's got enough of a grip. You can kind of see it compared to my hand size. Enough of a grip there to be able to use it without losing control of the knife. The knife blade itself, very sharp. Comes sharp right out of the box. You don't really have to worry about sharpening it right out of the box. Got some nice jagged teeth there for um, you know other types of sawing or whatnot. But very, very nice knife. The blade seems to be very sturdy. It's mounted real nicely in there. You can actually unscrew this part of it if you want to and take the blade out of that section. And anyway, a lot of stuff you can do with this. So I'm going to pause it one more time. All right, so you see I've taken the end off. It's just a battery. This is actually a rechargeable battery, which is nice. So you don't have to buy batteries unless you use it so much that this, of course, wears out and you have to buy a new one. All right, so you get an idea of what it's like. So here's the hollow handle of what I took out of the knife. And everything's just kind of apart in pieces right now. So I'll put them back together here in a second. But let me show you this right here. So you see inside here, obviously this and this are the same thing. This is the negative side to the battery. So this can screw on here, and also the knife screws on here. The tube goes over the knife, and then the end, screws onto the end. I think I put that backwards there. So this side goes in, and then the end screws on, so it's all one flashlight. So let me show you that here in a second. All right, so here's the flashlight with a knife on the end of it. So if you don't want to have two separate pieces, you want to just do one. So you've got a flashlight, right? You're walking along in the dark or whatever, and you get a little scared, you can slash and shine. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's what it looks like with the knife on the end of the flashlight. And there's the flashlight put all the way together. So you get an idea of how long it is. It's fairly long. I mean, even this by itself would do some damage to somebody's head if you wanted to use it as a blunt force object. I mean, it's nice and solid when it's all screwed together tight, and it looks like it could do some damage if you absolutely needed it to without the knife. So, I mean, it's not something you could put in your back pocket, but it'd be sticking out quite a ways. You can kind of compare it to my shoe here. As you can see, it's a little over a foot long, or right around a foot long. And anyway, I think it's a pretty nice little thing to have. Charges in no time. This charger charges it very, very well. Now, as far as the product goes, I give it 5 stars. The only thing I didn't like were the little green rubber bands. But once I took those off, it's perfect. Really, really nice flashlight. Great product if you're looking for self-protection type object to keep in your purse, or in your outdoor survival kit or something like that. This would be a great addition. So 5 stars. Appreciate the product there from Kootek, and go pick you one up. There's a link down in the text below this video. Have a great day. Peace out.